Hi all. Here are the expressions from our last meeting. The first one we had was anything else. When people are talking and they're going back and forth, if one person is finished and they want to know if the other person is finished, they go, anything else? Just as simply as that. Have we finished? Do we have more to talk about? Anything else? Here's an example where that hard sound doesn't really move over. It's anything else. Anything else. The other person might answer, that's all for now. If there's nothing. And the T, the S rather, moves over to the A, so it's that's all. This, remember, has got a low sound very often. So that's all for now. That's all for now. That's all for now. This is the high. Don't forget to pump your fist. That's all for now. That's all for now. That's all for now. So, do we have anything else to look at? Well, that's not all for now. Let's look at this one. If one person in a conversation wants to know what the other person thinks you should do, you say, so what are you suggesting? Remember, suggest means to politely say that somebody should do something. I think you should eat at that restaurant is a suggestion. So what are you suggesting? Well, let's try practicing and we'll work with it. So don't forget there's that soft D sound. So it's what are you suggesting? So what are you suggesting? What are you suggesting? Remember, I'm going over this a little quickly. You can play this back again and again when you need to. So what are you suggesting? Well, I think because you're out of shape, you should take up running. Don't worry, we'll talk about take up later. Out of shape means you're not fit. You're climbing stairs, you breathe too heavily. If you run across the street to catch the bus and you're gasping, you're out of shape. The T moves over, it becomes that soft D sound. Out of shape, out of shape. So that's not all for now. We have more to do. Like right now, we know because of the pandemic, a lot of businesses, governments are making things less. Fewer people working. So they're cutting back on employees. They're cutting back on the money they spend. We have to cut back on things we like to do. Cut back means make less. And again, we have that K sound moves over, so it's not cut back on, it's cut back on. Cut back on. Remember, cut back on. Remember before I talked to you, I said, well, you know, you're out of shape. And then you said, so what are you suggesting? I said, well, you should take up running. You should take up bicycling. You should take up lifting weights. This means you should start, try. That's what take. If you don't like my cooking, you should take up cooking for yourself. I mean, start to do, try to do it. That hard sound moves over, so it's not take up, it's take up. Take up. If you have a big test tomorrow and you're going to stay up late tonight, we'll say, I'm going to stay up half the night. It doesn't mean exactly one half. It means you stay up really late, much later than usual. Not all night, but you only get a little sleep. Wow, that was a hard test. I stayed up half the night. Half the night. You'll notice there's no L sound. It's just as if it was spelled H-A-F. Half the night. Half the night. Now, this one. When we're talking about health and somebody's out of shape, and we say, please, I want you to take up running, take up some exercise because I want you to be around a while. It means I want you to be here. I don't want you to die. Here, the T moves over to the Y, and we wind up with very often you might hear somebody say, I want you to be around, but casual speech very often, I want you to be around. The D sound often will disappear. unless I'm saying something like a lot. Then it might be, I want you to be around a lot. The D will move over. I want you to be around a lot. I want you to be around a lot, maybe. But this is very often a ch sound when the T is followed by a Y. I want you to be around a lot. I want you to be around a lot. So, I'll see you guys in our next meeting. Bye-bye.